You might be there and I might be here, but we're entangled. To different degrees, everyone is connected. Everything is connected. Physics says that. It's a scientific fact. Nobody can argue that. So, pray. You're being guided. Step into your heart. Make your wishes come true. Heal yourself. You are as worthy of your own love as anybody else, you know? Valentine's come and go. We're giving each other all these stuff. Love yourself. Self-acceptance. Then loneliness would never be a problem. All this thing about loneliness and epidemics and all that, loneliness is an epidemic. Believe me, right? People come in, they feel cut off from their own selves. So love yourself. Starts there. Love yourself. Look at yourself. The one you're searching for is looking back at you in the mirror. That's what one of the saints in India has said. You're looking at yourself. You're looking for yourself. So self-love is not selfish. It's the kindest thing you can do. And it's a spiritual way of being. It's a spiritual way of living in this world. You know, I wanted to share something about Tartaria because it popped into my head again. I keep pointing to my skull, but it's not really there. So these pyramids, there is something very magical about the pyramid, the shape of the pyramid. Okay, and I'm trying this. I took a pyramid, a cardboard pyramid, exactly square, and the cone meets up like a pyramid, and you put things under under the shape. It's a hollow shape. Try that. Try putting fruit. Try putting things or a knife. It'll get sharpened. Try it. What is about the information contained in that pyramid? Something about the ancient people, they knew that. And here's the other thing they knew. We wear shoes and feet and rubber soles all day. We're disconnected from the earth. Connect to the magnetic field of the earth. I just said throughout our program that our subtle energies are magnetic. To cut yourself off from the earth, which is full of electrons and magnetic field, right there is a source of energy, the sun, then your inbuilt energy systems. So we are actually, somebody made a comment to me one time. They said, you know, the pinky of your finger can light up the whole city of Chicago for a year. I believe them. We are energetic beings and informational beings. And mostly we're spiritual. So we have infinite amounts of energy. We have to stop this thing about, oh, I'm tired.
I loved all that. And I was curious. I think the biggest stepping stone for many people is getting over the self-worth, self-love block. Like, oh, okay, I am God or a part of this or like a part of creation. I matter. You know, what I do matters. And a lot of people go through trauma, and I think we're also conditioned to be small, and then also thinking like, you know, where it goes into like selfish. And I feel like it's the balance of knowing who you are and what you truly want and what you're capable of, and expressing yourself to the highest degree in an honest way, not from an ego way, not from, I want to do this so people think this. Is like, no, this is honestly, authentically who I am, what I desire. And that always leads to what I could give back. The more that you create and make that ripple of resonance for your mastery, then it gives rise for other people to find their own mastery and whatever that unique signature is, and we all rise. But I feel like a lot of people really struggle with that first bit of getting over fear.
So you're right about trauma, about the lessons that are coming up for people. And I just want, and some people are not going to like what I'm about to say. They're not going to like, so, you know, it's my opinion. But, you know, Brené Brown, how do I pronounce her name? Vulnerability is celebrated. So weakness and vulnerability is as though it's a badge of honor. We have to stop that kind of thing. She has, I don't know how many million views, right? Oh, I'm being vulnerable. Stop this. You do not need to be vulnerable. You're not, but you are a spiritual being. Can we just say that? Do we have to apologize for this? No, I'm not apologizing. So, all this vulnerability talk and all that social thing that she does has opened up as though it is to be glorified. I don't think we need to glorify this anymore, okay? We have to move on now. We have to move on. So there.
Well, I love it and agree. And it reminds me a lot of what Tom Campbell, who is one of the leading physicists on simulation theory. And we had a great 3-hour podcast a couple of times. He's been on the show, and the entire show, he basically has this idea of growing up. We're ready to grow up from toddlers into this new way of being. It's like, okay, you had a stage of this lower physical, mental, emotional being. Now we're ready to go past childhood, adolescence, into adulthood, and into the power and capabilities that we were endowed with. And I feel like that's where we're going. That's the challenge of how do we each do that, and we have to do it in our own way. I think it was you that said, we have to meditate in our own way. It could have been the podcast. This is 2 in a row, so I don't know. It's all weaving together into one crazy thing in my brain. But they mirror each other.
I think we have to speed up, and it has speeded up. The whole notion of what we have thought to be reality and the truth is we're looking at, we're questioning ourselves.